Good morning to you. It's a very lovely day this morning. Today is Wednesday, the 27th day of August 2025. It's quite a cold and rainy morning here in the city of Enugu. I wonder how the weather is on your end. Well, today, the PDP ticket zoning to the south seems to be, heating up the political space again. All of this in preparation for the 2027 election. And, as always, these moves by these political parties spark a lot of controversies and debates. I mean, now we're seeing that the North, has something to say about that. Well, thankfully, we'll be having a conversation on that later on in the show. So make sure to stay tuned and keep watching. You're watching Signature Morning here on Signature TV, and I am Uchenna Chimdi Oluoha. I will be coming up next to check what is making the waves on our newspaper headlines this morning. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We'll be starting with the Guardian newspaper, and on the headlines, we have over 5,000 cargoes trapped at ports amid 2 trillion naira demurrage losses on page 6. ASU threatens nationwide strike over unmet demands. Court orders for feature of ex-military officers 5 billion naira shares to FG. Insecurity, Tinubu to unveil revised national counter-terrorism strategy on page 3. And still on The Guardian, posers over security contracts, maintenance after 188th train derailment in 6 years. Gunmen kidnap pastor, worshipper couple in Kogi, Katsina. Rivers LG polls, police vow tough time for cultists, troublemakers. Oshun drags FG to Supreme Court over withheld FG funds. Electricity consumers raise concern over tariff hike, epileptic supply. Pencom mulls new pension investment rules, recovers 4.57 billion naira from 138 defaulting employers. And finally, on The Guardian, patients, caregivers groan as power cut throws Yaba Psychiatric Hospital in darkness. Now to the Daily Trust newspaper. Dr. Yahaya chairs Daily Trust Board of Economists. Taraba Deputy Governor resumes after 8-month absence. ASU protests over welfare threatens strike. Couple, daughter kidnapped in Katsina on pages 3 and 4. And we have Abuja Kaduna train derails again, 14 injured. Controversy over Japan's special visa for Nigerians. Daura hosts Durbar to mark World Outside Day. And address corruption allegation, lawyer CSOs tell Kano governor. Now we're moving over to the Punch newspaper. And on the headlines, we have 2027 PDP ticket zoning to South splits North. Parties' northern stakeholders to review decision next week. Move may favor Tinubu's re-election, warn Arewa youths. Zoning fair to South, says Middle Belt. You can find all of this on page 2. U.S. court jails Oshun monarch over $4.2 million COVID-19 fraud. 239 first-class lecturers quit Unilag over poor pay. This is from the ex-vice chancellor. ASU protests rocks campuses ahead FG talks. withheld allocations, Osun drags FG to Supreme Court. Probe begins as Abuja-Kaduna train mishap injures 6 on page 20. Now to the Vanguard newspaper. Presidency, Northern blocs oppose PDP zoning ticket to South. With riders, Northern youths kick against PDP's decision. We won't take it, North Central stakeholders tell PDP APC. This decision violates Nigeria party's constitution, says Hastim Group. APC, PDP may lose in North to a strong Northern candidate. This is from Rufai. PDP members demanding zoning tickets to North are selfish. This is from Bode George. Obi keeps LP, PDP guessing. ADC tackles PDP, APC on zoning tickets 2 years to poll. Says PDP trying to lure Jonathan, Obi, Amechi. All of that on page 5. Benue Assembly suspends ex-speaker over Governor Alia's impeachment move. Third Mainland Bridge mishaps, LASTMA, police, FRSC differ. Ribadu hands over 128 rescued kidnapped victims to families. Nigeria records 46% decline in variant poliovirus cases. This is from the NPHCDA on page 9. Now over to the Blueprint newspaper. No hiding place for criminals terrorizing Nigerian citizens, says Ribadu. Hands over 128 rescued captives to Zamfara government. Governor Nasir commends security agencies on resilience. Al-Banawi, terror suspects warned over absence in court. Still on the Blueprint newspaper, Benue Assembly suspends sacked Speaker Hyacinth Dajo. While still on the Blueprint, 6 injured in Abuja-Kaduna train accident. NSIB begins probe. NEMA assesses damage. Ubasani commiserates with victims. Now I'm moving over to the Daily Times newspaper. NSA hands over 128 rescued kidnapped victims to Zamfara government. NSIB, NRC commence investigation into Kaduna train derailment. Tinubu orders ban of share nuts exports. 5 arrested for raping minor in Bauchi. On page 5, PDP reps lament hardship, asks Tinubu to wake up to task. Defense Minister engages Brazilian counterpart on security bilateral cooperation. NGX projects $90 billion market opportunity as Nigeria, Brazil deepen investment ties on page 12. And finally on the Daily Times newspaper, NAMA boosts air safety with NCAA certified ATC simulator on page 11. And that is it on the Daily Times and on our newspaper headlines this morning, and it's time for our review. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Uche.
How are you today?
I'm going to be better. I don't know which one that is giving me cold. Is it the Enugu cold weather or the Nigerian newspaper headlines? But which other way? I'm having cold, and I hope it will not affect.
Hopefully you'll feel warm soon.
Well, I hope so. I hope so. Hoping that I will see one news to warm my heart and take away my cold.
Yeah.
But let's start from Guardian. The Guardian newspaper says conscience nurture the truth. Let's see. It said ASU threatening nationwide strike over unmet demand.
Yes.
And somewhere somebody said ASU strike disorganizes or disrupts activities in the campus.
Yes.
Of course, yes.
Campuses.
Of course, yes. There's no how the house will start falling down and the roof stays. ASU is the main bone of university. Before you know it, or for some who have forgotten, it's the Association of Senior, what they call it, University or lecturers or whatever, ASU. What I know is that university lecturers and their senior ones. So those are the ones where you have the professors or the lecturers in the universities, they belong. So once they cough, the universities, they will catch cold. I hope it's not that they were coughing that had made me catch cold. That's by the way. What is the federal government doing? The federal government has dealt with ASU for as far as I know. In the last 20 years, we have had ASU going off and on and off and on. And the question is, why is it difficult to get ASU demand met by federal government? Is it that ASU is demanding more than that federal government can meet? Is it that the federal government is deliberately doing this to ASU to weaken them, to make sure that they do not have the power, or what? I don't just know. Does the federal government speak truly to our educational system and the standard they want? Because my father said, if you give the native doctor and give him enough food and he finds himself fully satisfied, he can go into the evil forest to harvest herbs. If you want the university graduates or Nigerian, coming from Nigerian extraction, if you want our educational system, especially the university, please look towards what ASU is demanding, and let's find a meeting point and let ASU for once breathe. It's an, the other analysis we have had in this on this table over time, where one National Assembly person is owning any what can pay. Did they say 4,000? 227 lecturers,
yes,
professors.
Yes.
It's insulting, it's annoying, it's insensitive, and we are thinking about producing. Anyway, the people at National Assembly, none of their children are schooling in Nigeria. Yeah. So, whatever they do, ASU talk from now to heaven, they are not interested. If they are, I assure you that the Minister of Education in Nigeria and all the commissioners of education in 36 states, even whatever they call that person in Abuja, their children are not schooling here. So why should anybody look towards ASU? ASU might as well back and back, go on strike, come back. It's in Nigeria we have had the university closed down for more than a year. Nobody blink, and we see churn out products. Our problem in Nigeria now is that university is overwhelming Nigeria. So there's 7-year ban on opening new universities. So, but the one they have, they cannot manage. Even the private ones are better managed more than
the public.
Of course, we know. So, for over 5,000 cargoes trapped at the airport amid 2 trillion demurrage and losses. I don't understand this country. Who will pay this 2 trillion demurrage? Some of the cargoes, whatever is inside them would have expired. In the same Nigeria, some of them might be drugs imported. If you delay it for this long, and somebody come and tell you 2 trillion, and Nigeria will collect it, you will still go to the market to arrest a fake drug and expired drug by NAFDAC. I get confused. Some of them might be food products who are canned. Yes. Some of these things will have expired, and Nigeria is still talking about 2 trillion demurrage. Somebody will pay them. Why do you allow cargoes that cannot be cleared? We have had in the past when they say the customs are doing what they call rapid clearance and all that. Once before the cargo drops in Nigerian water, the papers are in your hand, you go and collect. But they still build the system that doesn't make it easy for any importer to collect the cargoes. There is so much corruption in Nigerian Port Authority. Money exchanging hands, and then somebody that is not supported by government will raise fund. We're not talking about those ones who are doing importing contraband, but there's even somebody doing journey business,
food, drugs, drinks,
and they go and port with all the money, life savings, because of sleaze in the Port Authority and customs. These things will be dropped there, and this morning we want the person to be patriotic and partisan. I mean patriotic. What do we want from this country? Why are we making everything difficult? and nobody is being punished. People will sit somewhere eating kola nut and groundnut. Over the month, they will collect salary. Where is this government that paid them? Don't they ask questions? Show your result and your report card, scorecard, create standard. Nobody, everybody is moving about it. The one discourse is that, is it lawlessness? Is it carelessness? Why are we running a country like this? That we will come 5,000 cargoes, 2 trillion demurrage. The goods we pay them. And some of the goods, if they finish, you will find some of these goods, they will still find their way into the country unchecked. And they were wondering why we have cancer and rise case of death. As if they care. As far as politicians concerned, they want Nigerians dead so that they have the easy way to go in and out and go back to Abuja. Going between Abuja and their village is all that they care. Nothing else matters. But God will punish them. Yeah. For those who think like that, I don't think you punish everybody. For everybody who is corrupt and never think about Nigeria, and then making all they are making in the name of Nigeria, deceiving people, talking from both sides of their mouth. These are things we see in the headline. And you expect that my code will go. It's even costing more code for me. Over security contract, maintenance after 188 train derailment in 6 years. 6 years. We have had 188 train derailment in 9. This is news that is everywhere since yesterday. A Kaduna bound train.
Abuja Kaduna train.
Yes. There was a derailment and then passengers were trapped. Some say 14 passengers injured, some say 6. And then, first thing I will say, where are the people reporting this newspaper headline? Where are they getting their figure? Some get from Moon, some get from Mars, some get from Plateau, some get from anywhere. All the, all the bodies of satellites around the world, that's where they get it. That's why their data differ. And these newspaper writers and editors, whether they cross-check, I don't know. They're causing sensation, giving us half data, confusing everybody. If there are 14 injured, the source would have been direct from one source. Why is it that 6? Are they trying to... Things will happen in Nigeria. Even newspapers will not be allowed to report the accurate number. They will not allow the people to report accurate number, and this will be going the way it's going. This is totally unacceptable, and that's not the Nigeria we want. So 188 train derailment in 6 years, and I was wondering, Uche, is this in Nigeria? The new trail has been derailed, really? And the issue they pose here is, how can these people be brought? The Chinese are brought to be building us railways with the biscuits. And they will not sign them into contract of maintenance. They come and learn these things. Within 1 week, they are off. We look at pursuing contract around Nigeria, and they will set Nigeria on this kind. Is it the kind of way they build in China? How many train derailment have you had in China? This kind, and this one show clearly from the pictures that it was the rails that were biscuits. These were millions of Nigerians that have going. Posing, if it's not security, bandits and security that will stop train and kill people, then it will be derailment. That's a country. In one country alone.
All right, let's look at what's going on in the political scene. 2027, PDP ticket zoning to South splits the North. Apparently, the Northern blocks are opposing PDP zoning ticket to South.
Why is it only the zoning of ticket to the South that will split the North? Somebody is trying to put the North, knockheads. The North, the Northern bloc, and Nigerian political structure are people who know what they want. Nothing splits them. Not even zoning PDP to the South will split them. These are sensational. The Northern politicians know what they want in Nigeria and they go for it. And let me tell you, for those who are trying to fulfill the book, the most valid and effective political alliance that happened in Nigeria is the one between the Igbos and the North. So, and the people they are talking about this, are they members of PDP? It was this wrong zoning that kept PDP where they are, meaning that the same sickness that is holding PDP is what they are playing around, giving it, we wear clothes to give them. They will decorate and give her lipstick, he will rub, they will do, do all the decoration. so that PDP never see the light of day. And that's what, at the point the PDP is trying to find his left there, people are still saying, don't talk about this, so that PDP will just put the last nail on the coffin of PDP. Why should the zoning to do? I mean, if it's zoning, they have a constitution zoning, it's only them that know their constitution. If they are going against their constitution, maybe they've gone against their constitution in the past and is splitting them. Not the one that I know of now. And I'm not a member of PDP. But all I'm saying is that it is wrong to say that zoning presidency to the south by PDP will disrupt or split the north. What PDP has gained from the south and the damages the PDP, believing the PDP has done to the south, can never be paid back. So whoever thinks that when the south is mentioned, then the PDP split, it means that PDP has already swore to split, whether they are coming from south, north, east, or west. PDP must split. It must split. It mustn't be only north. So they will not knock heads. It's not. I don't believe in all those things they are talking about. You shouldn't split anybody. If you are sure of what you are doing, zone it to where you zone it, where it should be zoned constitutionally in the party constitution, and then whoever wants to split can split. Do what is right, and let the devil be shamed. Let's move on.
All right, this sad one, couple and daughter kidnapped in Katsina. I mean, it appeared almost everywhere. Gunmen kidnap pastor, worshipper, couple in Katsina and Kogi. You know, there are different.
It's as sad as that. Yes. In the mosque the other day in Katsina, you know how many that were killed and kidnapped. So there's no sentiment. I am a Christian. It happened in a Christian church, whatever. But we are balancing it with what happened in Katsina. It's still the same blood that runs in the vein of the Muslim and the Christian. We are saying what is bad, no matter who do it. You don't need to kidnap even the person who is an African traditional religion worshipper. It doesn't make sense. We are human beings. If there's anybody who should kidnap, let's leave to God. When the death comes, that's how God kidnaps you. You go there and answer. No human being has the power to kidnap anybody and the right, morally, religiously, and otherwise. So whether it happened in a Christian church, we condemn it. Is not good. And God knows it's not good. Even if it's my father that is doing the kidnapping, he did it in a Christian church. I can never support that. So if you do it to anybody who has the same blood and running like I am, feeling pain, I should know what you want others to do unto you. That's the golden rule. Do unto others. Will you support it? It was part of this confusion that started when even were perpetrating. People were looking for who do it. Is it Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Igala, and evil. Keep perpetrating now. They are spectacle. When they're talking about when people come in Nigeria, we start profiling it. It doesn't work. Evil is evil.
Yeah, but also on the headline, still on this issue of kidnap, we're seeing that Ribadu hands over 128 rescued captives to Zamfara government. There are different. Daily Times says NSA hands over 128 rescued kidnapped victims to Zamfara government.
The NSA is celebrating result. Good. We said the result, the reward of good work is more work. If NSA has done this, do more. I'm sure there are millions of Nigerians in the captivity of these bandits. So let more be recovered and hand over. And then they don't think about, I see IDPs as government kidnap camps. Let the people go back to their villages. You bring them at the cost of government and the foreign donors. We keep people who should be active working in their farms. Let's solve the sickness. Heal the sickness, forget the symptoms. And Nigeria will come back to normal. This one, food insecurity. Most millions, that 900% of people in IDP camps are farmers who have been feeding Nigeria. Because if those people, if you have over 5 million Nigerians who go to their farms and feed themselves, you know how many mouths he has saved Nigerians from bothering about feeding. And some of them have excess they sell in the local market. That's what trickles and go to the mega city market. And those are the ones we kept in the IDPs. I'm spending money to keep them. With all these leads that has gone. Anywhere you have such population, you have a lot of people going around there. People are feeding on blood money. And they will think they are making it. But that's Nigeria for you. You know, any bush that does not want anybody that hates, that forbids basket, should not allow mushroom to grow. Nigeria is a bush that come and preach that they forbid the basket, but they go back inside the forest and grow mushrooms.
All right.
Often na sonkata, Nigeria na sonkata. Nigeria it's a controversy. Something you cannot balance. I've never seen that kind of thing. We don't say anything, follow it up. We don't do anything. We just want to be talking, to seem as if we are talking. But all talk and no action is what kept Nigeria where we are. Let us talk and do, not talk and not do.
So before we go, let's look at this Osun LG allocation. Osun drags FG to Supreme Court over withheld LG allocations.
That's what we tell you, yes. That Nigeria is something that's so controversial. Before, at the beginning, earlier part of the year when we were starting, this idea of local government autonomy came, we were all hailing it and shouting and from federal government, coming from federal government. Now it's the same federal government that been taken to court for withholding LG account. How do you balance it? Is it not the same thing I'm saying about controversy? Why we?
It's so contradicting.
Then he said, call it this one. You don't even know where to place it. So why should federal government hold the Osun account for that long? Which other account of local government has been released even in the first place? Because since we start talking about the issue of local government opening the account has not been settled, as far as I know, unless it was settled last night. And then the government still insists that they will control the account. They must have a hand in opening an account for whatever reason. They now find out that somewhere along the line, the constitution may have given the governor such powers and there was a stalemate. Can Nigeria thrive in stalemate if we want to move further? Knowing that governors controlling account of local government has never worked in the past, why can't we sit the way we act? When somebody fight in the airport, they carry him to jail from there. If we have something that will affect Nigeria, they cannot affect it and have some addendum in the constitution and then read that in so that local government will have dividend of democracy reaching the people. And nobody is talking about it. We're going round and round. Before we finish it, another round of governance or tenure reaches another re-elected or either whatever happens, and the local government issue keep going round and round. If Nigeria refuses to tell themselves the truth, that truth will still stack Nigeria to the face. Every time they wake up, they will see the truth as haunting Nigeria.
All right.
So, God bless those who have listened, and God bless Nigeria. Remember, it's for those who deserve to be blessed.
Thank you so much, Chris, for your review this morning. And that is it on our newspaper headlines and review. And we'll be coming your way with interesting conversations, so make sure to stay tuned.